What a very good morning, everybody, for Thursday, the 7th of October. Well, as forecast by last night by the Met Office, we have got a lot of fog across sort of at least southern England and most of the country actually currently. A lot of the weather patterns are being affected by the former hurricane, which is sort of moved up towards Iceland now, and that's causing the jet stream to move about a lot. And we're now starting to see air sort of coming up from our south at the moment, which is obviously quite damp and quite moist, so quite easy to go into fog given the fact that how wet the ground has been anyway. But yes, for today, overnight, sort of warm front just to our north, but as we go through the day, it's just a case of getting a bit of heating and hopefully it lifts sort of the murk that we've got over us at the moment. Into the next couple of days is a similar sort of picture really, sort of murk in the mornings and hopefully clearing up later, but at least it's a little bit more settled in terms of less rain, so we're not expecting the rainfall levels that we saw at the beginning of the week. That's jet stream that you can see on here from Net Weather. You can see it's now going across to our north and across North Scotland, so I don't know how people are getting on in Scotland and Aboyne. That might be a good thing for them, that the wind's a little bit stronger up there. But yeah, the jet stream has moved away from where we are. And with that, you'll notice that the winds are a hell of a lot lighter. In the centre of the country, just that little bit stronger as you get towards the tighter isobars. But where we are, probably at flying heights, no more than about sort of 10 to 15 knots. And the picture across the UK is fairly uniform, unless you are sort of in the Cheshire Gap, or maybe up towards Whitby in Yorkshire. All across the south here, we've got plenty of cloud, and it's at fairly low level at the moment. And when I say low level, it's fog. The public forecast is showing fog for nearly all morning, and then clearing up. But when I look at this and look at the amount of what the visibility is and the humidity levels, that's indicating to me that it might get up to maybe 1,500, 2,000 feet, but it's unlikely to get higher than that, but southwesterly winds. So yeah, I think when we see these sort of forecasts in the morning, I'm always very sceptical, having spent many a cold and damp morning at Lasham, that sometimes this might clear up into something usable and sometimes it might not. So absolutely check before you leave if you're coming from a long way away to see us. If we do get sunshine, 18 degrees is the top temperature. This thinks of 16 or 17. Dew points, as you might expect, 15, because it's a fairly damp air mass. Odium are reporting sort of overcast at 200 feet at the moment, and you can see quite a long taff saying bits of drizzle. That's the bit that everybody would be hopeful for, is the probability 40% of few at 1,000 scattered at 2.5. If we compare that to Farnborough, exactly the same. In fact, some of the aircraft have been struggling to get in this morning, but yeah, at 2 o'clock maybe becoming 2,500 feet. But as I said, experience shows that that's probably the earliest it would clear up, and in some cases it might not clear up at all. So yeah, sorry to be a bit downbeat about that, but that's just our microclimate that we have at Lasham. Unsurprisingly then, Top Meteo is not showing anything particularly dramatic. That Top Meteo sort of thinks it will barely get flyable, looking at that. So looking, you might get a cloud base of 1,500 feet, but nothing much more than that. S-space wise, well, you're not going to be able to go that far. Let's just bring that up. S-space wise, Fairford's active near Thorney Island on the south coast. There is temporary danger area for a drone, which is up to 650 feet. Usual Farnborough, Solent, Boscombe, no towns. Some of the danger areas a little bit higher at the moment. Paragliding to the north of sort of the Salisbury Plain. I think that was probably entered for yesterday and it's come out today. The one of interest, actually, though not that anybody's going to be getting that close to it, is between 4 and 6 this evening. There is parachuting just south of Membury in Ramsbury up to flight level 100. that's quite unusual. So there's obviously some events going on there this evening. So yeah, just keep an eye out for that, because we don't know too much about it. So yeah, parachuting just south of Membury. Other than that, there's not too much of note. Over sort of the next couple of weeks, there's going to be a lot of activity at Fairford. I've seen pictures of the B-1B swept-wing bombers that I know you, John, had a close encounter with many years ago. They are quite fast. They do move at a fair pace. So yeah, if you're near Fairford, do keep a very good lookout, because it is going to be quite exciting around there. But thankfully, we're into the winter season now. Okay, we'll either be on 2.3 or 2.7. There's no jet movements today, and there's no Navajos I've been informed about. There's no trial lessons today because the weather will not get that good enough to do them. For those booked in this morning, yeah, it's probably not going to be at Flyable. I mean, you are welcome to give us a call a bit later and see what's going on in the afternoon. But bearing in mind we don't have a clubhouse at the moment, we do have obviously room and a kettle in the Brown Elephant, but our facilities are rather depleted compared to normal. So yeah, my advice, if you are coming from a long distance away, is to check before you travel here, because yeah, in all honesty, I'd say it's 50-50 whether it will get Flyable at all today, and I'd hate for people to have a wasted journey. So yeah, check with us, and hopefully we'll see a little bit less fog and weekend. Bye for now.